Good morning, Bachman Middle School. Today is Tuesday, February 1st. It is a B day. It is a band day 4. And I am Mr. Strand with today's Tiger Talk. That's right, it's February. We made it through January. It's over. But even though it's a new month, some things stay the same. For example, berry blend smoothies. You can still buy one today at lunch for $2 because it's Tuesday. Next up, it's time for our word of the week. This week's word is punctual. Punctual means being on time, being somewhere at the time that you said you'd be there. One person who struggles with being punctual is author Hank Green. So here he is with his 7 ways to be more punctual.
I am a chronically late person. Sometimes I'm just trying to get that last thing done before I go out the door, or I've just totally spaced and forgot the thing existed, and I always underestimate how long something is going to take. I don't like this about myself. I understand that me showing up late is seen as a sign of disrespect by people, and it is. It is disrespectful. I feel terrible about that because I really respect the people I work with, and I valued them tremendously, but I'm not showing it. And also, ever since Oren was born, I've just had to do a better job of implementing the strategies that I have developed over the last 20 years of being someone who is chronically late. And here are 7 of the most important things that I, as a chronically late person, do to not be that person as much. 1, I let people know when I'm going to be late, and I let them know by how much I'm going to be late, and I do not lie about that. If I'm going to be 10 minutes late, I don't engage in some sort of miraculous wishful thinking and think, maybe I will get there in 5 minutes, so I'll say I'm going to be 5 minutes late because it'll make it a little less bad right in the moment, and then stretch the bad feeling out a little bit. No, this is terrible. Never do this. 2, think of the thing that's going to happen not as the time at which it's going to happen, but as the amount of time until it's going to happen. My deeply irrational brain sees 11:49 and 11:50 as 2 very different times. But it understands that 11 minutes from now is very similar to 10 minutes from now. My phone actually tells me how many minutes something is away rather than at what time it will happen. 3, if it's gonna take 6 minutes to get somewhere, I need to be driving out of the driveway with 6 minutes left. Not standing up from my desk to go find my computer and wonder where my keys are and then kiss my baby goodbye so that I get in the car and the meeting is already started. All those things are gonna happen every time. I need to plan for them. 4, multiple alarms. I have 2 alarms that go off for every event. 1 a half an hour before the event, and 1 2 minutes before the event. This is especially helpful for things like conference calls because I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have to stand up from my desk. And if a half an hour passes between when I get reminded and when the call is, I'm gonna be deep researching salt mining techniques or something by the time the conference call runs around. I know this about myself, so I have that 2-minute warning. I just get on the conference call, which is maybe number 5. Sometimes I get on the conference call 5, even 10 minutes before the call starts and just listen to that dope music and do other stuff so that I'm not late when other people show up. 6, here's the thing about myself. I like to not waste time, and this is part of the problem. And I feel like if I get someplace early, that will be a waste of time, but I have mentally shifted myself to realize that if I get someplace early, something interesting and useful is going to happen at that place in the same way that it's happening at my desk if I'm not leaving early. And finally, number 7, my most important tip, every time you are late, get out your little notes-taking app, whatever it is, and write down why it happened. Diagnose yourself, understand yourself, figure this out. So that is both advice and an apology to everyone. I'm sorry that I'm late all the time, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
A big thank you to Hank Green, a man who talks fast, but I think suggested some good strategies. Finally, today is also Math Tip Tuesday. So here with this week's math tip is Ms. Wilson. Take it away, Ms. Wilson.
Hey, Bachman math people. Miss Wilson here to remind you again that all people are math people. Yes, that includes you. So I'd like to continue talking about making mistakes and how that can actually make us a better math person and learner in general. What do you do when you're struggling with math and you start making mistakes?
I watch a video on how to do it or ask one of my friends for help. And if I'm at school, obviously ask a teacher.
I might hop on like a Discord, maybe a Google Meet call and have some help with my friends.
You ask the teacher for help.
Okay.
I ask people for help. I ask people around me for help.
Cool.
You ask questions and you keep trying.
Researchers have studied people who've reached a very high level of achievement to see how they got there. And they found that nobody was born with a special brain, but they engaged in a very particular kind of practice. And the researchers described it like this. They said that the people who achieved the most were those who were always pushing at the edge of their understanding, making mistakes, correcting them, making more mistakes. They weren't getting work correct all the time. They were always struggling. They set high targets for themselves, and if they became stuck, they tried a different approach so that they could keep going. Researchers also found that there really are no limits to what people can do. When people don't go on to high achievement, it's usually because they give up, not because they've hit actual roadblocks that they can't get past. So always remember that when you're struggling, even if that can feel really hard, that's the very best time for your brain. And keep going. Never give up on maths. Always remember you can learn anything.
A huge thank you to Ms. Wilson. That's all for today. Don't forget to sign up for Win Time, and we'll be back tomorrow with Win Time and more Tiger Talk. See you then.